Hi everyone, this is Niki Rowland and today I have a layout for Bella Blvd. I'm using a bit of a mixture today, but I'm using a little bit of My Candy Girl and I'm using a lot of Bella Besties Hearts Ombre. I am using a cutout that says love you lots, this week's theme is heart attacks. We had to use lots of hearts, so that's no problem. I love hearts. Okay, so with the cutout, these come as a pre-cut cut file, and they come with a template for all of the bits to backfill. So I'm going to make this slightly more complex today by creating 3 shaker pockets in those heart apertures. So for each one, I have cut a piece of acetate to size, I'm going to stick that on with some PVA glue, and then I'm going to create a little wall of foam pads going all the way around each one, and then I'm going to fill the middles with sequins. So, and then I'm going to backfill all of the other letters as well, of course, and I have this really cute photo of me and my husband. I don't know why I love this photo so much. We're both looking pretty messy. We've both been in the swimming pool. I was underwater and everything, so I was soaked. I've kind of rough dried my hair a bit. It's a bit, still a bit wet, still a bit, scruffy, not straight. I have put a little bit of makeup on, but I was still feeling like I was looking pretty messy. But actually, this photo, I really love it because it's kind of natural and cute. Oh, sorry, that's my little boy coming in. And he was trying to turn off the lights because he has a spy mask that has a blue light on it, and he wanted to see the blue light and he had to turn the lights off. So he came over to me and he tried to turn off my my scrapbooking light. So sorry about that. Sorry about the camera shake. So anyway, yeah, so I really love that photo of me and my husband. It's just a really natural, cute pose that we just randomly snapped a selfie when we were on holiday, and yeah, I say it's not exactly the perfect photo, but it's really lovely. So I thought I would scrap that one today. Okay, so I've done now my I think I've done my 3 acetate backings for the heart apertures, and now I am moving on to backfill the other pieces, the other letters. So I still need a heart to backfill with, because obviously the acetate is clear, and I'm going to add some sequins behind them, but then I need something to close in the sequins, so I'm going to stick with the paper. So I've gone for Hearts Ombre for this top one, and I've chosen the lightest part of the paper on the ombre side, yeah, so I'm just backfilling those first. The first 4 letters with that. Then the second 3 letters, U, will be backfilled with a My Candy Girl print that's got the little sprinkles all over it and it's pink. And then the bottom row will be filled with Hearts Ombre again, but the hearts side and a darker piece of pink too. So I have this kind of ombre effect going on, so light at the top, darker in the middle, and darkest at the bottom. Okay, I'm just going to backfill the first one. I've cut all the letters out, and I'm going to just peel off all of the backs of the foam pads that are going around the outside of my heart aperture. So I did that off camera because it's really boring to watch and it takes ages. But actually I managed to cut my foam pads in strips and kind of manipulate them into place in one long line. So that worked quite well. It didn't take as long as it does when you have to put them on individually. So I take off the foam pads first, and then I add the sequins, and you just have to be careful to not have them sticking to the foam pads, but I take them off first, because otherwise when I've put the sequins in, then I'll try and take them off. I end up with sequins everywhere. So that one's just gone on. I've trapped in those sequins there, and I am now backfilling the other letters with the words. Now, so with the letters that I've cut earlier. Now, around the hearts, I had to kind of trim those 2 letters a little bit in order to make way for the heart shape that overlaps into the other letters. And that's already stuck down, you see, because I've already created this this backfilled, sorry, the back of the shaker pocket. Right, okay. So my top one is now complete. I'm not going to make you watch the rest of them I think I'm just going to skip forward until they are done. I really love this colour scheme of pinks and navy. I think it's a really dramatic, lovely colour scheme, and I've gone really dramatic by putting the navy Hearts Ombre in the background. I've gone for the heart side. Yeah, so I'm just going to use that as my background, and then I'm just distressing the edges a little bit. Although I have now just trimmed that down to about 11¼ inches square. I do prefer when my pattern paper backgrounds are on a white border. Just makes me feel like that they are, I don't know, they have a border. I don't know, they just makes them feel more, I don't know, finished maybe is the word. So I've got this pattern paper background. I've just shaken white paint all over the background. Just going to set that aside to dry. It only takes a few minutes to dry. And then I'm popping foam pads over the back of my cut file, or my cutout. So I haven't put foam pads on the hearts. They are already of a higher level than the other letters because they've already got foam pads around the edge and then have been filled in. So they need to stick flat onto the background, and then all the other letters need foam pads on them. So that's just what I've done there. I've put tape on the hearts, and then all of the other letters have got foam pads. Bit of a labour of love by the time I've done all this, peeled all the backs off. But it will look really lovely once it is stuck in place. I love the look of cut files being raised up on foam pads. So I like the dimension and kind of shadows that they create, that creates, and I just think that looks really nice, and it's definitely worth the effort. So just going to get that stuck in place now. There we go. Love it. Looks fabulous. So that is now all stuck in place, and now I can add my photo. That I'm just going to keep really simple for the rest of this layout, really. The photo is not even going to be mounted on any other papers. It's just going to sit there as it is. I'm going to raise the top section on foam pads, but the bottom section will be stuck flat. And that is literally all I'm going to do with that photo. Nothing else, no other treatment. So now I'm just going to grab my heart punches and punch out some hearts. So I've got some big ones, I've got some medium-sized ones, and I've got some little tiny ones. And I thought that they would look better if I outlined them. They would stand out better if I outlined them. So I have just taken a black gel pen and gone around the edges of all of those hearts in black. Just again, takes a little while. Plus my gel pen takes a dry. It's quite a juicy one, so it takes a few minutes to dry, so I just have to be careful that I don't smudge it while I'm holding it in place. That's why I'm nudging them out of the way with the end of my fingernail rather than picking them up. And then it comes to the little teeny tiny hearts, and they're a bit harder to draw around the edges because I can't hold them in the middle without smudging the lines. So I get to this point and think, what am I going to do? So I grab the end of a paintbrush, and that works really well. So I'm able to hold it in place, so stop it from moving while I draw the line with the paintbrush. Just have to move it around a little bit in order to get the angle right for drawing the outline. So there we go. That's what I'm doing now. I'm just holding it in place with the end of a paintbrush and drawing around them. Okay, so my little boy's come to say hello, and he loves the sequin shakers, so he is really, really keen to see how those worked. And now I'm just going to get all of my hearts in place. Just going to stick some flat and some on foam pads, and I'm decided that I'm just going to stick with some on the right and some on the left, rather than I did initially think that I would like embellish the whole layout with them and put them over the shaker pockets and that kind of thing, but actually it looks really nice just having this block on the right and block on the left, and obviously the block on the right is part of the photo cluster, so that works really, really well. And there's the bigger one, of course, and then over on the left it's just a slightly smaller one, and yeah, I'm really loving how this came together. It came together quickly and easily, well, after I'd done all the backfilling, of course, and made the shaker pockets. The layout itself came together quite easily. So yeah, just going to get everything stuck in place. I like to fold my hearts in half so that they look like they're kind of fluttering, or they have a bit of dimension, I suppose. Yeah, just going to get all those stuck in place mostly with foam pads. Some of them are stuck flat too, but mostly they're stuck in place with foam pads, so they have a bit of dimension. So yeah, all good. The sequins that I've used are a mixture of Lucy's shop here in the UK and Spiegel Mum's scraps. So I had a bit of a mixture there to make the right colours. The bottom one, I went for darker sequins with more navy colours in. The middle one has quite lots of pink and some dark navy in there. And the top one is purely light pink. So I've got a bit of a mixture of really light pink and little tiny resin hearts in there as well. So yeah, I love how that's come together. I'm just adding some little white lines to the hearts to make them look a bit more 3D. And yeah, that is pretty much my layout complete. What I'm going to just add a border around the edge with my white pen. I really liked how it showed up nicely on the hearts, so I thought I would just give it a go and add a little doodled border around the outside as well, so kind of like dots and dashes and hearts and things like that. That's really come out very, very cute. I like the look of that. Not something I do very often, but I do like the look of it. I feel like it finishes off the layout quite well. And then finally, I just wanted to add a few splatters of white paint. Now, I know I've already got some in the background, but I wanted them to be on top of the heart clusters that I've got. So just going to do that. And then that will be my layout complete. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this layout. I love the way that it turned out. I love the shaker pockets. They're great fun. Yeah, so this was fun to pick out the colour scheme from the Bella Besties and the My Candy Girl collection, and to match and coordinate the sequins as well. So there you go. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you have enjoyed that. That was Niki Rowland for Bella Blvd.